Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Fed Talks. This is another day in our Christmas series, the Fed's 12 Days of Christmas. Today we're talking about gifting, which is something that is so key at Christmas, obviously, but it's not something that retailers in convenience really have been able to dive into and tap into as much as they would. But there's a new proposition by PayPoint that really might be able to help you do that and unlock that. So we're going to be talking to Sam Coldbeck, a premier retailer from Hull, and also PayPoint Steve O'Neill about the proposition, how you can get it, and the benefits of offering it. So Steve and Sam, first of all, welcome to the Fed Talks. We're on to day number 10, I believe, of our Christmas series. Before we dive into gifting this Christmas and how PayPoint can help convenience retailers, I guess it's the first time on for you guys, so can we do some intros? Steve, can you tell me about your role at PayPoint? And then Sam, tell me a bit about your store in Hull.
Sure, no problem. Hi, Nathan. So, yeah, I look after marketing and corporate affairs for PayPoint. So it's basically all of our external communications out to customers, consumers, retailers, and investors, actually. So I get heavily involved in a lot of our retailer relationships, working with various trade federations like the Fed.
Fantastic. And Sam?
Hi Nathan, I'm Sam Coldbeck. I own Wharfdale Premier along with my husband Mark. 1,500 square foot shop, very busy convenience store. We try and offer as much as possible to our customers, which has really put us in good stead during lockdown. And fortunately, we've retained that extra customer base going into 2021.
Fantastic, brilliant to have you both on today. So let's dive into this, Steve. Gifting this summer, tell me about the Love to Shop proposition by PayPoint. What is it?
So basically, really simply, it just allows customers to effectively buy a kind of an e-gift voucher that they can then go online or onto some high street brands and actually kind of spend that value on there. So, and that's a whole range of different brands from M&S, ASOS, even Uber Eats. If you like your sloppy Giuseppe's, you can even do it at Pizza Express. So there's a whole range of different things that you can kind of use it for. And it's basically kind of another extension of a digital voucher category that's been around for quite a few years now, actually. So with brands like Amazon and PlayStation and PaySafeCard, which retailers will be familiar with. So this effectively is just kind of making that kind of option available to customers across the UK via the PayPoint device.
Fantastic. Sam, have you heard of this? Is it something that you're thinking about doing?
Yeah, I think Love to Shop, I've seen it at the post office. We've even bought it for our staff as rewards for, Christmas work and, a little perk really. So I think Love to Shop's got a really good base of retailers. There's some fantastic retailers that can be redeemable at. So yeah, great news. I think it's a really good offering.
Fantastic. And Steve, can we talk about the fact that how accessible these stores will be for customers as well? There's 28,000 in the UK, isn't there? So why is this important?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you will have all been in shops and supermarkets where you've seen that gift card stand with the little pull off cards, but obviously if they run out or they're out of stock, then you can't buy them then. So one of the beauties with obviously offering this via the PayPoint device is the codes and the vouchers get printed out on the receipt effectively. So as long as you've got a till roll, you can sell these. So there's nothing to re-merchandise, there's nothing to kind of keep replenishing. But yeah, I think one of the kind of key things, particularly as we head towards the festive season, is about that accessibility. So yes, we've got 28,000 stores, but I was looking back at last Christmas and particularly last Christmas Day, and actually there were about 14,000 of those 28,000 open on Christmas Day. Now, hopefully some of our retailers do get a break over Christmas because it's been quite the 18 months, but clearly, I think we've all been in the position where we've forgotten to get somebody a present or somebody pops around unexpectedly that you weren't expecting to kind of turn up. And actually often we kind of see quite a lot of transactions happening around that time as people are, one, looking for gifting solutions. Two, if we're being honest, the last 18 months, I think, has been probably the single most effective marketing campaign for UK convenience in the last 20 years, right? Lots of people have reconnected with their local stores, with their local retailers. And actually, like Sam was saying earlier on, some of that business is sticking as well. So new customers who've discovered the stores, new opportunities. And actually, I think this is another great way of kind of showing that actually kind of UK convenience stores do offer more than meets the eye, and actually kind of where it can really kind of, you know, play into the strengths of all of the retailers that we kind of work with, and helping consumers out with sort of, you know, neat gifting solutions as they're in the run up to Christmas.
Exactly. And I guess, you know, even myself as a consumer, it's something I'll be thinking about in terms of gifting, but retailers like Samantha and all over the UK will be thinking of having this offering in their store, and they'll be thinking about what sort of support's available. So what are you guys doing to support in these, you know, point of sale or whatnot? How can you help?
Yeah, so I mean, as you'd imagine, there's a number of things that we're kind of already doing and will be continue to be doing. So one already rolled out in selected stores is a point of sale kind of pack. So kind of obviously kind of making customers aware of that. We're then adding to that actually with effectively sort of in some enhanced point of sale and promotion into stores to kind of help sort of raise the awareness in the run up to Christmas. I think the other thing as well is that we are clearly kind of pushing this quite heavily via our consumer channels, so making kind of consumers aware of it, as well as retailers who might kind of offer it. And then Love to Shop themselves are actually kind of really getting behind this. So as you'd expect with a product like that, you know, you have the spikes during the year, which are natural gifting opportunities, so Father's Day, Mother's Day, etc., etc. And actually there'll be some significant activity in the run up to Christmas that again will be supporting this. So it'll be very much kind of, you know, to the forefront and actually kind of, you know, I think it's going to be a really nice opportunity, not only for kind of retailers to make a bang the drum about it in store, but also to kind of get the benefit from some of the additional marketing spend that's going to be put in nationally to kind of, you know, really drive awareness and hopefully some sales from it.
Exactly. It really does sound like an exciting offering. Just before we finish off then, I guess, Samantha, again, there'll be hundreds of retailers watching this video. You're a fantastic store owner and retailer. So if you could give one piece of advice to these guys watching, what would it be, do you think?
What the pandemic's proved is that people don't want to come into stores as often, but when they do come into the store, they want the full offering. Our footfall's down, but basket spend's up. And I think opportunities like this and, you know, across all categories, retailers have got to make sure that they've got the offering right and they're offering as much as they possibly can to that customer so that they know that when they come into that store, they can do their full shop and they can go home safely. And yeah, I think that's the key message again going into this Christmas, because we've still got quite a long way to go and people have still got to feel safe.
Exactly, you've hit the nail on the head there. So Steve, Sam, again, thank you so much for joining us on the Fed Talks. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a fantastic Christmas time. I hope it's a blast.
Brilliant. Thanks,
Thank
Nick.
Cheers, guys. So that's another episode out of the way, a fantastic one. Again, I'm sure you'll all agree. That was a fantastic proposition. It's the first time I've heard about it, and it's fantastic. There'll be retailers I don't know about it, so make sure you tell them about it, share this video with them or whatnot. Thanks for Sam and Steve for joining us, and we'll be back again tomorrow with another episode. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.